So the NBA is coming up with new ways to reseed the playoffs, but not only that, now according to Zach Lowe of ESPN, here's what he wrote about last night. Sources say there is also some behind-the-scene momentum for the idea of a play-in tournament determining the last 2 seeds in each conference, to the point that 2 proposals are circulating at the highest levels within teams and the league office. The play-in proposal that has generated the most discussion, according to sources, 2 4-team tournaments featuring the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th seeds. The 7th seed would host the 8th seed, with the winner of that single game nabbing the 7th spot, sources say. Meanwhile, the 9th seed would host the 10th seed, with the winner of that game facing the loser of the 7 versus 8 matchup for the final playoff spot. Here,
at least it sounds simple.
Yeah, exactly. So here's where we sit right now, so everyone would have to see. 7 and 8, Sixers, Heat in the East, of course. So the Pistons and Hornets. Sixers would play the Hornets. Heat would play the Pistons. In the West, here's the 7 through 10 as well, where Portland would play the Jazz, and then the Pelicans would play the Clippers. More importantly, this is what LeBron James has on the Eastern Conference, Adam Silver now has on the NBA, which is just weirdness and controversy and good stuff, where it seems like now what we're finally seeing is the lasting images of David Stern and the new images of Adam Silver. And I like it.
You like this?
I think it's new, I think it's fresh. And here's one more thing. If we could throw up the standings one more time, let me show you something, okay? Not groundbreaking news. Teams that are 500, not no one, a lot of people don't like watching their games. So you know what would make it interesting? A play-in tournament for 500 teams in order to garner that many more ratings and revenue.
Oh my God, that's so 2 playoffs is what you're saying. You're saying a tournament.
Yes.
This will be a 4-team 2-round tournament. Sure, I don't care. 1 game, right? We're not going series, yeah?
What if we went to the series?
I don't need a series.
You don't want any of it.
NBA playoffs take so long anyway.
And the thing is, I love that the NBA playoffs take so long, but they don't need to be longer.
Right, exactly.
Because what extended it, the first round used to be a 5-game series.
Yeah.
The kids don't know this. The first round series used to be 5-game series. And once that went to 7, I was like, I like this because there's some bastardization of that first round that I thought was a little unfair. This would be even more unfair because if you're the 9 and the 10 team and you're under 500 in many cases,
yes,
or dancing around it, you don't deserve to be in the playoffs. You should have played better during the season.
Yeah, and there is that. I could get rid of tiebreakers. I could have a play-in tiebreaker game.
So you want to have like a wild card game like baseball does?
It depends. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. When I first heard about the rule, I thought it was going to be a wild card, and it's like, all right, that I guess makes sense. I like the idea of expanding the number of teams that are able to participate in the playoff. At that point, there's probably not a lot of difference separating it, and that's borne out by the stats you see there.
Right.
It was like a game and a half separating the 7 through 10 seed. Right. So at the same time, they're definitely ranked, but they are also essentially at the same place.
And then you're wearing out the team that's going to be the 8 seed that's still got to face this 1 seed.
I was thinking.
Yeah, but that's that. I mean, I have no problem punishing the low seeds and rewarding high seeds. I mean, play better throughout the season.
Yeah,
they're already punished. We're already weighting the 1 versus 8.
Except didn't the Grizzlies beat the Spurs that 1 year when they were the 8 or 7 seed?
I remember
the
Knicks was an 8 seed that made it to the finals like in '94.
There's always that variation that
the 8th seed that went to 1. And they went to the finals and lost eventually to Houston.
Right, but it rarely happens. It hasn't happened for a long time. Yeah. So what playoff changes could they make? You mentioned 7 games. You don't like seeing it.
We need a playoff change for
25-point basket. Bring in the violators and the bricklayers again.
I mean, because I guess the only worry people have is that the Eastern Conference versus the Western is so lopsided, and then they're like, oh, well, we need to mix it up and just do the top 16 teams in the whole league. That was what people were saying, and I don't like that either.
Why?
Well, because there's fans of teams, you know?
Well, you're not taking away fans. You're having all the good teams compete against one another and riddling out the bad, sort of like Brett said.
But if Eastern Conference fans say we're going to throw out Orlando, even though they're not in that, if they've been watching their team all season and they're like, oh man, we're squeaking in as an 8 seed, you care, at least your team has a chance. So now we're going to eliminate this whole season of basketball you've been watching, and this is the argument I usually don't like, but traditionally, they get a chance to play, and so now we're going to change it just because we don't like you?
Would you rather have the better teams?
No.
Or no, you would not?
Hey.
You don't want to have the best teams, the best product. You'd rather have 500 or less.
There's a reason why there's a conference. Either that or let's just scrap conferences altogether and everybody plays everyone.
Let's just do it like they do the All-Star game. Before every game, LeBron and Steph pick teams and they play in every game against each other.
Yeah, we can eliminate the Eastern Conference versus Western Conference layout of the playoffs. And then keep the Eastern and Western Conference during the regular season. That's just, it doesn't match up.
Well, I think that's for scheduling purposes and travel and minimizing how far people have to go most of the time, right? If you have your Western Conference, you play people near you more often than not.
Yes.
I haven't really spent much time thinking about what it would be like to get rid of the Eastern-Western Conference. Once we get to the playoffs, just take the top 16 teams and have them bear it out. What I will say is one of the criticisms that I hear a lot of the times about the NBA playoffs, it's not necessarily that the 7 through 10 teams are terrible. It's that the top teams are just so damn stacked and so damn good. And what that yields in the playoff on a typical game is you'll have a very good team versus a much less good team. And to remedy that dynamic of having a lopsided matchup, if you do this kind of play-in, face-off, semifinal play-in system, then at least during the playoffs, you have more games that are competitive. And competitive games seem like better basketball than like necessarily an amazingly talented team against a less talented team. Like I would rather watch a close game between pretty good teams than I would watch an amazing team dismantle a 8 seed when I'm being sold the idea of a playoff where these elite teams are going against each other and it doesn't look like it's bearing that out on the court.
Except the only problem with that argument is the ratings are still going to be good if it's a team like Golden State or a team like Cleveland that's going up against a lesser team who's like a 7
But people get tired of seeing Golden State beat on the worst team.